Hi students, today we will continue our poem A Little Grain of Gold. Here this poem it deals with man's greed. This poem deals with man's greed. It also expresses man's unwillingness to give. Here in this poem, through this poem, our poet Rabindranath Tagore expresses man's unwillingness to give. Unwillingness to give. And the poem is in the form of a moral story. Here, this is the moral story poem. Poem is a moral story. Here, in this poem, the poet shows how man is eager to take but unwilling to give. Through this poem, here our poet shows how man is eager to take in this world, how man is eager to take and unwilling to give. He shows from this poem. And also this poem describes God's strange ways of testing his devotees. Here, through this poem, our poet describes God's strange ways of testing his devotees. Here, God always tests his devotees in different ways. So, he shows from this poem. Here, see page number 14. The poem A Little Grain of Gold is from Tagore's Gitanjali, Song 50. The poem A Little Grain of Gold is Tagore's Gitanjali, Song 50. It tells us an interesting parable. Here, this poem deals with a parable, interesting parable. What is the meaning of parable? Parable means moral story. This poem is a moral story, interesting parable. It sounds simple. Here, this poem is very simple poem, but conveys a valuable message. Valuable message through this poem, our poet. Especially in this poem, highlights the virtue of giving. This is the moral of the story. This is the message of the story. The poem highlights the virtue of giving. Virtue of giving. Virtue of giving means ఇవ్వడం అనే మంచితనం. ప్రతి మనిషి ఇవ్వడాన్ని అలవాటు చేసుకోవాలి. అదొక మంచి గుణం. Virtue of giving. It highlights. The poem highlights the virtue of giving. Now, see the poem. Page number 15. The poem. I had gone a begging from door to door in the village path when thy golden chariot appeared in the distance like a gorgeous dream, and I wondered who was this king of all kings. Who was this king of all kings? See the first stanza of the poem. I had gone a begging from door to door in the village path. Here, especially I, who is I here? I is a beggar. I is a beggar. Here, the speaker of the poem is a beggar. Here the poem, in the poem, I refers to a beggar. I had gone a begging from door to door in the village path when thy golden chariot, when thy, see here, when thy, they means you are. In olden English, they means you are. When thy golden chariot appeared in the distance like a gorgeous dream, I wondered who was this king of all kings. Here, especially in this poem, the speaker of the poem is a beggar. One day, as usual, the beggar goes from door to door in the village seeking alms. Here, one day, as usual, the beggar goes from door to door in the village seeking alms. That means a beggar narrates his experiences through this poem. I refers to a beggar. The speaker of the poem is a beggar. ఒక బిచ్చగాడు ఈ పద్యం చెప్తుండే ఇక్కడ. A beggar narrates his experiences. I had gone a begging from door to door. One day a beggar goes door to door for begging. Where? In the village path, in a village streets, the village streets. So, a beggar narrates his experiences. One day, he was going round the village streets seeking alms. Seeking alms. What is the meaning of alms? Alms means money, clothes and food that are given to the poor people. Bhiksham antam chudandi, bhiksham. Money, clothes and food that are given to the poor people. Alms means. Here, beggar was begging alms, for begging alms. And also, thy golden chariot. What is the meaning of chariot? Golden chariot. An open vehicle with two wheels pulled by horses. Chariot means an open vehicle with two wheels pulled by horses, radham. An open vehicle with two wheels pulled by horses, that is called chariot. See here, beautiful expressions, phrases. See here, golden chariot in the distance like a gorgeous dream. See here, golden chariot, gorgeous dream. And I wondered who was this king of all kings. King of all kings. See the expressions, beautiful expressions. It gives lofty meaning and also simple meaning also. Golden chariot, gorgeous dream, king of all kings. So I had gone a begging from door to door in the village path. Here one day he was going round the village streets. One day the beggar was going in the village streets for begging, seeking alms. All of a sudden he saw, when thy golden chariot. Suddenly he saw a golden chariot. What he saw? Golden chariot. Who saw the golden chariot? Beggar saw the golden chariot. When the golden chariot appeared, here beggar saw the golden chariot appeared in the distance. Appeared means coming to close him, coming to near him. The golden chariot was coming to approaching him, coming to near him to beggar, coming to the beggar. When thy golden chariot appeared, they means you are. Golden chariot appeared in the distance like a gorgeous dream. Distance like a gorgeous dream. Gorgeous means very beautiful and attractive. Here that was a great dream. Here the beggar feel very great dream, very great. Here the golden chariot was coming to him. The first, he couldn't believe his eyes because he was the beggar. Before him, what is there? Golden chariot is there. First, he couldn't believe his eyes. He couldn't believe his eyes. And I wondered. Here, who wondered? The beggar was wondered. The beggar was surprised. Who was this king of all kings? The beggar thought that who was this king? In the golden chariot, who was there? The king was there. The king was sitting on the golden chariot. The beggar was surprised and shocked. I wondered. Who is the refer to I? I means beggar, remember, always remember. Because the speaker is the beggar. The speaker is the beggar. Who is telling the poem? The beggar is telling the poem. So I wondered who was this king of all kings. Here the beggar was wondered who was this king of all kings. So like this the beggar was surprised. We will continue this poem next video. Thank you.